Good morning everyone, hope you're all well. Haven't been on YouTube for a while, so I thought it's about time I did a video. I've only got a couple of days before we go away to Scotland now. Pretty epic tour of 2,000 miles round trip it will be. So yeah, pretty excited for that, and I thought, well, it's about time I started to have a little think about what it was that I was going to pack, what bags I was going to take, how I was going to pack it and so on. So I thought, with the trip just around the corner and the fact I haven't done a video for a while, I thought, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll show you the bags that I'm taking and the types of things that I'm going to pack in those bags. You'll probably all think I'm mad and taking way too much stuff, and I probably am, to be fair. But I've always kind of been one of those people that is kind of like, well, I'd rather have it and not use it than need it and then not have it. So I'm going to pack what it is that I want to take, and I probably won't use it all, but anyway, let's have a little look, shall we? Right, so here you have it then. These are the things that I'm packing in one of my panniers to take up with me. So as you can see, I've got a couple of pairs of gloves. One is a pair of winter gloves, but they're Gore-Tex. They will keep my hands dry should I get soaked in Scotland. Those are a spare pair of summer gloves. Over here, I've got the mosquito midge head net. I hope I don't have to use it, but I've got it just in case. I am told that this Avon Skin So Soft is brilliant at keeping the midges away. So let's see if that works. If not, I should come back with nice soft skin. I've decided to ride up the motorway on day one without the peak on the lid. That was just something that I thought might help out with a bit of motorway buffering and stuff like that. I thought I'd take that off. I've got over here my spare clear visor, which I'll keep in the bag should I get to the time of day when the sun's going down and I need to swap out the visor for the clear one. I've got my hydro backpack, which will go in a pannier for the journey up. I will use it when we're in Scotland, but for the motorway up to our first stop, it will just stay in my bag. Well, worst case scenario, if I do get thirsty and decide to, I just pull it out of the bag and put it on. And then I've also decided to pack a spare pair of boots, TCX boots. These are more kind of like my comfortable boots, if you like, for days on the bike, and a pair of motorcycle jeans, which I'll pack in the bottom of that first pannier. And again, I just want to take those, you know, if we do get a day of nice weather, and sometimes it's nice just to ride in a pair of jeans without having to put the full Gore-Tex on, isn't it? So that's why I'm packing in the first pannier. So what am I going to put all that stuff in, I hear you ask? Well, I will show you. This is what I'm going to put all that stuff in, a GS pannier bag. I bought the GS pannier bags because it's basically overnight stops and then we carry on the journey the next day. So I wanted to be able to just flip the pannier lids, pull out the bags for the night, take it into the accommodation, and yeah, in the morning just be able to plonk them straight back into the pannier boxes, and then off we shoot to the next destination. When we went to Wales, we were going back to the same accommodation at the end of every day. So, you know, we just left the panniers in the chalet, basically. So, but this is going to be a different one. And because we've got quite a few miles to travel each day, I just wanted to quickly and easily take something out of the pannier, get it in, and I'm done for the night. I don't want to be lugging heavy panniers to and from the bike each day. So that's why I've got the bags. There you go. As you can see, plenty of space inside those bags. Okay, so the idea is I'm going to put the jeans in first, like so. God, that's a big cavernous bag, isn't it, eh? Look at all that space. Then I'm thinking boots, like so. That one that way. That one that way, like that. And I think that can go on top. It's easier said than done with one hand. That can go on top of that bag, on those top of those boots even. Next to go in is the gloves. Them on there, and them on there. And then last but not least, we put the visor peak there, like so, and then if I grab the visor, and the visor can sit over the top like that. Cool. There you go, one GS pannier bag packed. Okay, so as you can see, I'll be taking my camera equipment with me. So I've got the DJI Mini 4 Pro drone there. That's not normally the case that it goes in, but it's small enough to take away with me. I didn't want to take the big bulky case, so I've managed to squeeze it into that little case. I've got my laptop for the end of the day to put all my files on. A couple of external hard drives, some spare batteries, my selfie stick with the clamps for the bike, my cameras, and this time I'm taking my goggles for the drone as well. I thought I might better get some proper decent shots by wearing those, so they're going to go with me as well. Again, I'll put all of that stuff in a bag, in a pannier. I want to keep it in the pannier because I can lock the pannier. So if I do walk away from the bike during the day, I know that it's all safe in there. And then again, like I said, at the end of the day, simply pull the bag out of the pannier into the accommodation. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and then we've got the tank bag. So this is the SW-Motech GS tank bag. It's quite large, as you can see, but it is perfect to double up as a portable camera bag, which is what I used it for when we went to Wales last September. If I flip the lid open, you can see, I'll just move down there a little bit, I have cut some camera case foam to fit inside the bag, which then means that it holds my zoom lens nice and secure. I've got somewhere for my DJI batteries to be stored as well. And then if I go up a little bit there you go, you can see all of that depth inside the bag, which is perfect for your camera. So if I try and do that one-handed, not that easy one-handed, I'm not sure you can see, but basically that camera fits in there to one side, nice, neat, snug. And then on the other side, I've got somewhere for the smaller lens to go. So that sits in there like so. And then across the top there, in that extra bit of space that I've got on top of the camera, my drone will sit. So I'll have my remote controller on the handlebars for while I'm riding, and then the drone will sit in there, but there's also space in there to be able to put the remote controller, you know, if I leave the bike and go for lunch or something like that. I can just take this off, carry it with me, and everything's nice, safe and secure. There's a couple of little pockets on either side which you can put some more bits and pieces in there. I've got then the net, so you can see I've got my ND filters in there for the action cameras, Moto stickers, more space in there for some more ND filters, wallet on the other side there. Yeah, so it is perfect to hold all of your camera bits and pieces, obviously, you know, and any other documentation that you might need. I also bought this, so that is just like an extension USB charging point, if you like. So that will get plugged into the dashboard of the bike. I'll then run that into and up through this point here into the tank bag, where that will sit with that plugged in, and then I can charge cameras and anything else really inside the tank bag while I'm riding. So yeah, I think it is a perfect tank bag for that reason. Okay, so those were the panniers, the pannier bags, and the tank bag that I'm going to be taking. You can see that I'm not putting a lot of stuff in the panniers. There may be a few more bits and pieces that will make their way in between now and us going away, but they're just kind of, for me, extra storage spaces, and I love the fact that I can put all my camera equipment in one of the panniers, which is obviously lockable, so I can leave that on the bike if I need to go for some lunch or something like that. and the tank bag is again ideal. It's not great to carry around with you because it is a big tank bag, and when you're trying to find space on a table, when you're eating your lunch for your bag and your helmet, yeah, it's not ideal for that. But for carrying stuff, I think it's perfect. It's not waterproof, so I've got the waterproof rain cover that obviously if it does start spitting, that's going to have to go on straight away because it's got the camera in there. But yeah, so that's the smaller bits and pieces in the panniers and the tank bag. And then my main clothes, I don't like top boxes. I've never liked top boxes. I mean, each to their own and all that kind of stuff. And I know they have a place and they come in handy, but I don't like the look of them. I think they're too big. They sit too tall. So I prefer a roll bag, a waterproof roll bag to put my clothes in. And I have got for this trip an SW-Motech 600, I think it's called. It's the 60-litre bag. It's waterproof. It's roll down bag, and it secures with they're like rock straps. So again, for ease of getting the bag off the bike at the end of the day, just literally unclip it, carry the bag in. Perfect. Let me show you it. Ta-da! There it is. So, yep, SW-Motech. I love the fact it's got the molly bit on there as well, which you can add bits to if you really wanted to. Not that I think I need to, because this bag is big enough as it is. It is a big bag. I haven't packed anything in it. I've literally just stuffed a load of pillows in there just to sort of give me an idea of the size. But yeah, in there will be all my clothes, my pants, my socks, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think that it's probably too big, if I'm absolutely honest. It probably is too big, but I've got it, and if I go anywhere else and I want to carry a tent maybe in the future, I've got the bag to be able to do it. You can see that it's securely strapped down. It's all nicely buckled, and these are the buckles that attach to the straps that go around the bike to keep it secure. So as you can see, just a quick unclip, bosh there, bosh. Around the other side, bag comes off, carry it on the nice little handle. Happy days. Okay, so the next challenge is to see if that bag will fit in that pannier. Oh, gone out of focus. Here we go. I'm not sure. Surely it does, because that is supposed to go inside that box. But that looks too big to go in that. Right, let's have a little look-see. I'm not going to be able to do this one-handed, so I'm going to put you down for a minute. Okay, so it does fit. I've had to squash it down a bit and push all the air out, obviously, which, you know, that's understandable. I kind of knew I was going to have to do that. It does fit. However, I can't roll it down and secure it at the sides, because if you do that, you can't really see, but down there is the buckle for that clip, and if it's down there tucked between the bag and the box, it gets caught trying to lift it out. So it's in, and what I'm going to have to do is I just think fold it over like so, like that. Let me do that and I'll come back to you. There you go. So yeah, I've kind of rolled it down and then folded it in on itself like a present. So you've got, there you go, like that. So that's in, and then that should, oh, got strap stuck. Yeah, got a strap stuck there. Get that in. Bosh. Nice cheeky little tour sticker. Oh. There you go. Stuck that on as well, so I can hopefully get some decent 360 footage up there in Scotland. But yeah, so it does fit. Bit of a squeeze, but you couldn't get much more in that bag, that's for sure. yeah. So there you go. That's the panniers pretty much done. That pannier there that I've just tried to shut had the jeans, the boots, the visor and so on in it. So you're not really going to get very much more inside that bag, even though it's quite a big bag when it's all unrolled, which would be great, I guess, if you wanted to use it on the outside of the pannier and strap it to the anchor points. But inside that pannier, that's pretty much as you're going to get in it, if I'm honest, and there's not a lot really in that. I wonder if those panniers are smaller than the 1250s, because I'm sure I've got more stuff in the 1250s panniers. But anyway, so the other pannier will be absolutely fine because that is just camera kit. So that's okay. There'll probably be some extra space in there for anything else that I might want to chuck in. So yeah, panniers done. I think the roll bag that I've got for my clothes is plenty big enough. In fact, like I said earlier, too big. But I've got the space on it if I need it. And to be fair, that probably will come in handy because we'll be stopping off along the way between point A and B to get some shopping, because the places that we're staying at are self-catering. They've got kitchens and so on. So yeah, so we'll probably end up stopping along the way. And I can put some bits and pieces in that roll bag, so that's a bonus. I've also got these bags as well, which I forgot I had. But these are the bags that went on the 1250. Again, when I went to Wales, they were strapped to the frame protection around the tank. So I can put those, if I really need to, on the top of those panniers, strap them down to the anchor points, and I might be able to use that for cleaning fluids, I guess, cloths, whatever it might be, if I really need to. I don't think I will do, but it's extra space again if I need it. So that's about it really. Tank bag's going to carry on my camera kit, wallet, maybe my V5 and so on if I need that, insurance docs. Roll top bag's going to be all my clothes. I might take a spare motorbike jacket. I've got the Gore-Tex, the Risha Armada suit, which I think is going to come into its own in Scotland. But should we get any nice days with sun, it's dry, I might put the RST jacket on. I've definitely got plenty of space in that bag for that. So yeah, that might be quite a good idea. That with the jeans and the boots, comfortable riding day. So yeah, that might go in. So tank bag sorted. Panniers are pretty much there. I know what's going in those. Just got to decide on what I'm going to take with me for the roll bag. And I've got those extra bags there if I need them. So that's about it really. But if you can think of anything that I've missed that you think is essential that I need to take with me, please let me know in the comments. It'd be much appreciated. If you found obviously this little video useful in any way, shape or form, give me a thumbs up and a like and all that kind of malarkey. That would be much appreciated. But that's about it really, guys. So guys, I don't know why I do that. I hate saying guys. I never say guys in any other form of life. Never say it to anybody that, you know, in the street or at work or whatever. All right, guys. Never. So I apologise. I hate it. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and all that kind of stuff. Be much appreciated. The next time I see you, I'll probably be putting all of this stuff on the bike, strapping it all down, securing it. That might be another video. And then it'll be the big one. It'll be the one off to Scotland. 2,000 miles round trip. It's going to be a mega tour. And all 6 of us are really looking forward to it. So anyway, catch you all soon. Ride safely. And see you later.